You know, it's interesting because we've been involved with your office, of course, for quite a while, and this is really, really an important office, as a matter of fact. And it wasn't too long ago on our indexes and all of our surveys that access to capital was the major issue, maybe 3.5, 4 years ago. So tell me how you take care of that problem.
Well, so I'm the regional administrator, so what I get, I'm kind of the problem fixer. So I get a call from my team in the field, and they say, hey, there's an issue here or whatnot. We need to slap DC around or slap the servicing center around. So I'm the guy that goes in and has to kind of, rattle some cages and get some stuff done. Certainly access to capital is something I'm hearing a lot about. The economy's growing, it's moving fast. Businesses want to expand, they want to buy equipment. We want to be, the SBA wants to be that partner and certainly help that business thrive, so they hire more people and we keep the economy rolling. The other thing that we're hearing a lot about is workforce training. And really the lack of workforce because the unemployment rate is low, which is a good problem to have. But if it's going to slow down business growth, it's something we need to look at. Maybe innovation, technology that can assist. So those are the two big items that the SBA is looking at. You know,
it's kind of interesting because we do a survey every 6 months called the Michigan Future Business Index, and the Accident Fund Insurance Company puts it out. And that is the number one issue is talent, and it's the number one issue by 3 times the next issue, which is growth. And it's just exactly spot on what you said. We can't grow without people. So the top 2 issues are talent.
Yep, and it's something that Administrator McMahon is working with. She's been meeting with the Labor Secretary as well as the Education Secretary there in DC. She's been doing roundtables talking about this specific issue. Obviously, we need to get our education institutions involved. We need to get involved. Workplaces need to get involved. There are some companies that I have met with that actually said, forget it, we're going to do our own training. We're going to go straight to the high schools, and in some cases, even into the middle schools to kind of get that exposure to the children. What I'm hearing is a lot of the trades, the plumbers, even firefighters, those type of professions where, we have made this big push that everyone needs to go to college, and maybe that's not the case. Maybe a trade, you can make a very good living, being a plumber or being an electrician, and we're definitely want to foster that.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I sit on an advisory board for the Federal Reserve, and that is the number one issue in their numbers as well, and they're seeing the same things we are. We've actually put together a consortium in the Mid-Michigan area called T3, which is Teach, Talent, and Thrive. And it's exactly about the training. But you're right. Companies have taken their own initiative, and they're in the high schools doing presentations.
Yep, I've heard welding is another huge one. My home state of Ohio, there are a number of steel companies, companies that do fabrications that are now getting sophomore, juniors in high school to come into their shop. Obviously, it's a union apprenticeship issue, but they get an exception with the union and get these kids in. So when they graduate from high school, they already have their certifications, and they're making close to 6 figures right out of high school doing this profession.
Yeah, no, that's the truth. That's how they get their attention. They bring someone who came through their program and say, ask him what he makes, which is pretty cool. All right, so access of capital for a long time, quite frankly, and I've sat on several bank boards over the years and loan committees. It wasn't so much that nobody had cash. It was that they were kind of over-regulated, you know what I mean? And so the SBA steps in that vein and says, we'll guarantee a big portion of this loan.
You're correct. So our purpose, and we were started by the Eisenhower administration. So a little while ago. We've been around. We're a small agency. We're one of the smaller ones in the federal government, but we have a huge impact. But our role is that we help the banks, credit unions, other type of lending institutions feel better about lending to somebody that maybe is not that perfect borrower. They don't have the perfect credit score. They don't have the collateral that they can point to make the creditor feel all good. And then lastly, certainly with startups and whatnot, it's hard, or they don't have a grandma to go to get the $50,000 loan for a down payment or whatever it may be. So we're there to protect the lending institution with a guarantee. So if the loan defaults, the U.S. taxpayers are on the hook. But we're there to help, basically assist that person in either starting their business, acquiring a business, and basically live the American dream, and that's kind of our role.